I'm a big believer that we should always have a meat-free dinner at least once a week. So here's a fantastic fast curry using a vegetarian curry paste. So in a saute pan, I'll add some vegetable oil or peanut oil if you like, about 2 or 3 tablespoons, and I'll fry 1 onion. And I always like to add a pinch of salt here just to help the onions release some of their moisture. So we'll just spread them out and get a little sizzle. Now while they're frying, I'm going to start chopping some of my coriander. I'll use the leaves right at the end for a garnish, but don't waste any of these stalks. They are full of flavour. So I've just given the roots a little wash and then I'm going to finely chop it. This is going to give our curry another dimension, but just make sure you do wash them really well because coriander does hold a lot of sand and dirt. So running a knife through it all the way till you're almost at the top. Fabulous. Now this can go in with our onions and we'll just coat them in the oil and get them frying. Okay, this is looking good, so we can now add our vegetable curry paste. This has got galangal through it, lemongrass, lots of beautiful flavours that are going to go nicely with our chickpeas and pumpkin. So I'm going to use a whole jar, 185 grams, and we want to fry this off because at the moment, all of the ingredients in this vegetable curry paste are raw. So it doesn't take long at all. We're just going to stir it. And you'll see that it will start to split. That's completely normal when it comes to a curry paste just like this. Smells really good. Okay, now we can add our chickpeas. I'm using 1 can of chickpeas that I've drained and I've rinsed really well under the tap. So we'll add them. Chickpeas are so hardy. They're fantastic for bulking out curries just like this. Along with 250 grams of button mushrooms. I haven't peeled them, I've just wiped them and I've cut them in half. We can add them also. And we'll just coat all of this in this yummy curry paste. Now we need to make this a little extra saucy, so I'll add some coconut milk, 270 mils of coconut milk, so a whole can. And just for some extra liquid, some water, and I'm just going to rinse out this can. So we'll just fill it halfway up and just give it a quick stir, just so we get all of that coconut milk away from the sides, and we'll pour that in. I'll add a generous pinch of salt and then another stir. Let's add the pumpkin now. This is a butternut pumpkin I've peeled. It's about 800 grams, which is the perfect amount for about 4 people. So we'll add that in. And pumpkin takes no time at all to cook. So we're just going to coat it in all of the other ingredients. And now the lid can go on. And we're going to cook this for about 15 minutes or until that pumpkin is tender. Okay, let's have a look at this curry. Ooh, perfect. You can see that this pumpkin has held its shape. This is cooked. All I need to do is add our spinach. This is just baby spinach. It looks like quite a lot of spinach, but by the time you add it and it wilts down, there'll only be a small amount. So start with 1/2 to 3/4 of it, and we're just going to fold that in just gently so we don't break up our tender pumpkin. And by all means, you can change up the greens. Fantastic with some finely chopped beans, even some kale works nicely. We'll add the rest of this spinach. And then I'll pop the lid back on and just let that wilt for a moment. While that's happening, I'll prepare the toppings. Some chili, 2 long red chilies. I'm going to finely slice. I'll leave the seeds in it because I don't mind some warmth to this. If you want to, you can take those seeds out. And the coriander leaves. Don't finely chop this, just cut them into big chunks. Okay, let's serve this up. We'll take the lid off. See how fast that spinach wilts down? Just poke it through there so we're showing off some of the pumpkin and the chickpeas. And those mushies, looks good, nice and hearty. We'll place this just onto this heat mat and then we'll sprinkle over all of that coriander. lots of chilli. And I would serve this with some steamed rice on the side. That is a fantastic 100% vegetarian winter curry.